running theory about why vampire fiction is so popular is that vampires are all about sex. If you don't believe me, I think you should go down to your local bookshop and look at the vampire covers. Features including breasty decolletages, dripping red liquid in glassware or on faces or bodies, and like just outright like BDSM. Another favorite is like forbidden fruit, like pomegranates or apples or figs, which have their own kind of sexual symbolism. If you open it at a random page, you'll probably get words like neck, breast, teeth, bed, blood, pain, love, and so on. And yes, this also applies to the classics. Carmilla, Polidori's the Vampire, Dracula, these do this as well, though maybe to a lesser extent and shrouded in a bit more metaphor. The thing about vampires is that they're a very specific kind of monster. While they share a lot of qualities with like wraiths, witches, revenants, there are a list of things that set them apart. The concept of vampires developed out of ancient folklore of incubi and succubi. These are ancient mythological demons that were early explanations for conditions like sleep paralysis, night terrors, and even wet dreams, which is exactly what's going on here in this painting by Henry Fuseli, The Nightmare. Like incubi and succubi, vampires attack in the dead of night, and they look to kind of commune with humans in a physical way. The modern concept of vampires and the word vampire come from Serbian and Slavonic folklore. In the early 18th century, there were a number of attacks in Serbia which were believed to be actual vampires, and this spread a huge furore around Europe. This inspired a glut of vampire literature, which started with Heinrich Ossenfelder, and it moved through Goethe, Lord Byron, Polidori, and then Sheridan Le Fanu, and finally Dracula in the late 19th century. The crucial difference between incubi and vampires is that vampires drink blood. Incubi are simply like sexual in nature. But like the incubi, the vampire is also shrouded in a kind of sexual cachet. Vampires attack the chest or the neck, which are erogenous zones. They are creatures driven by their animal appetites. So I think that the modern popularity of the vampire goes back to the fact that this is not a straightforwardly scary creature. Vampires are a reflection of our own animal appetites. Vampires encapsulate this ambivalence that we have between fear and arousal, horror and wonder, and this is what lies at the heart of the Gothic and of being scared. This is why we watch horror movies. And I would say that vampires, because of their historic association with sex and the body, makes them the sexiest of all monsters, and that's why we cannot stop producing vampire media, because sex sells.